And we are live, which means Charlotte Flair is returning.
Woo! I love Charlotte Flair.
Did you just say you woo?
Yeah, I didn't want to get copyright infringement. Like a cease and desist, you know.
Not this
too,
is magical.
See, they're not touching. It's not too sweet. It's so sweet.
Woo! And this is Tops and Bottoms. Welcome everyone to Tops and Bottoms, the show where me and Tommy Purr basically critique everything that happened in pro wrestling that we find interesting during the week. My name's Joey Mayberry. I'm your dad bod demigod, and that was a rather lackluster introduction. Mr. Tommy Purr, can you fix that?
I will definitely fix that. You'll have to excuse Joey. He took a chair shot over the weekend, and it really, really hurt him. And so he's kind of phoning it in. And I'm like, fucking pussy. Whatever.
No, I just wanted to phone it in because I'm tired, and that's a great excuse.
We are filming kind of late, which I was shocked, but it allowed me time to just lay in bed and do nothing. So that was good. And
yes.
Recap other things for myself because there was a couple of clips I hadn't watched. But yes, I am Tommy Purr. And I am your Christmas decoration for the gay season that everyone busts out for gay season when everyone does their gay shows. They go, oh, Tommy Purr's still around. Book him. I am basically a glorified Christmas decoration in wrestling. It's great. It's fantastic.
Are you saying you might be a glory hole for professional wrestling?
I'm saying I like a Christmas angel being put on top of the tree. I take it up the ass.
Yes, got it. Well, this week we have a lot to talk about, and we're going to bring back the format that Tommy introduced last week, which I loved, and I can't wait to hear Call Me Beat Me play every 1 minute.
It was just a ding. Everyone's like, it was going off all the time, and I was like, was it? Because it wasn't. So dramatic, everyone. So dramatic.
We're allowed to be dramatic here at Tops and Bottoms. It comes with the territory.
I went to Jack in the Box with my boss recently. Shout out to Crystal from Rogue Toys. And for some reason, she decided to order my food in a British accent. Very bad British accent. And then her son was in the back going, Mom, don't forget to keep your accent up when you get to the window. And it was really funny. So
did she order the ultimate cheeseburger?
I did a number 6 medium with curly fry and some sweet and sour sauce.
Some sweet and sour sauce?
Because I'm Asian, you know. Just call me Rice Spice. I'm the missing spice girl. Okay, so we're starting with the
Well, you know what's great is there's a solid transition there because our first topic as we dive into Monday Night Raw is going to be the brand new commentator for Monday Night Raw, Mr. Adnan Virk. Is it Adnan Virk?
I think it's Adnan Virk. I don't know. He's a Star Wars character, you know?
I mean, did I forget to say his name? Because, oh my goodness, I forgot to talk about how calming Mr. Rogers is now on commentary. He is the most calm man in professional wrestling.
And with that, we're going to start the timer now. We have 1 minute to discuss each topic, and we have 1 minute each. And we can choose to not use the whole minute because I have a feeling Joey is going to say everything I'm going to say. Go.
Oh, he's very calm. He's Mr. Rogers. And I just literally Charlotte Flair came out to attack someone. He goes, oh my goodness, it's Charlotte Flair.
So who put a Valium in his coffee? Really? Like
2 solid 2 Valiums. Legitimately. It is the WWE champion, the almighty Bobby Lashley. You're so calm.
I'm like, is this a voiceover for a video game? What's going on? I honestly, I'm like, he's gonna find out that they're gonna find out that he violated the wellness policy when they find traces of Valium and Xanax. He's so fucking calm. I was like, normally I feel like going to sleep during Raw because it's so boring, but now I feel like going to sleep because he's just so calm. And yeah.
Oh, what he's like over there, he's just being all right, and we have Charlotte Flair attacking someone, and we're gonna add some little happy trees right over here.
There are no botches in wrestling, just happy accidents. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Who is? And I'm like, did I miss something? Like, at least with AEW, I could be like, oh, I probably missed. I didn't watch Dark. I didn't watch last 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure I missed something. It's fine. I can forgive it. This, I'm like, who are you? Whose dad got behind the desk? And where is Tom Phillips?
Phone Mr. McMahon and be like, do you have any old Stack or 2 energy drinks back there that you can give this guy?
Fell Stacker 2. I found it at the Dollar Tree. I laughed my ass off. So I'm going to be in trim shape this gay season. I can't wait.
Ew. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our next
topic. We're getting to. We combined our time. So 8 seconds out of 2 minutes. So moving on.
Oh. Woo!
Oh, woo!
Charlotte Flair is back, and you know what? She was giving me some Stacy Keibler legs in her outfit, and I was okay with it. First and foremost, I was like, okay, girl, I see you owning your sexiness.
Okay, recap what happened before I start the timer. Sounds like you're giving your opinion there, but go ahead.
I mean, I totally was because I'm an opinionated bitch, but Charlotte Flair returned and basically stated a promo directly at the internet wrestling community saying that she earns her title shots and she owns the women's division. And then later, after Rhea Ripley and Asuka had their match, she basically attacked everyone, and that was it in typical WWE return fashion. So, Charlotte Flair, you can start. Charlotte Flair is back. What you think?
Oh, yeah, I love Charlotte. I'm a Charlotte Flair fan. I liked the promo. She's been killing with the promos. Clearly, they trust her to just cut, promos on the whim. Charlotte does work so much better as a heel because people just love to hate her. Even when she's a good guy, even when she's been gone, if she's gone for like months at a time, people just love to hate on her. And that's perfectly okay. Go with it. Lean into it. And I love that she said that she is the opportunity because she is. Charlotte can be a star maker. So it's just kind of like, let her do her thing.
The only thing I don't enjoy is that she's the opportunity. And now we're going to have to hear WWE say, here she comes, the opportunity over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm calling it now.
Charlotte Flair. Except you got to say it like Adnan would. She's the opportunity. This is the opportunity. Yes. Opportunity, Charlotte Flair.
Sorry. So I love that she's back. I like the promo. I feel that Charlotte Flair's got a solid 2-minute promo. And then once she gets past that 2-minute mark, it kind of starts to circle back a little bit and she starts saying the same lines over and over again. So I think if they cut her a little bit and trim some of the fat, she would go from a good promo to an excellent promo.
Confirmed, Charlotte Flair is Karrion Kross.
Lord.
I'm going to stop the timer because clearly we're done with Charlotte and all this right now. But I just want to say thank you for not including his promo on this list. I'm like, please don't. Please don't. Because I don't know if I'll be able to contain what I need to say. But moving on. We had the Viking Raiders returning to Raw. And starting the timer, Joey, how do you feel about this?
I love the Viking Raiders, and I wish that I loved them like I was supposed to. But even when they came back, I was just kind of like, oh, yay! And then I just saw that they were kind of not going to do anything and kind of be in this floundering tag team division. And I'm just like,
I agree, but I'm excited for the potential. I'm excited for the potential of them slowly working to rebuild this lackluster division and thereby resetting it by the reintroduction of actual tag teams again and bringing some people back. So it's okay for me.
But can they bring it back in the current state of Monday Night Raw? Because Monday Night Raw is, of all the shows that we watch to do this show each and every week, it's the one that I struggle to get through. I'm just like, oh, this show is just, it's bad. And I don't like saying that, but it's just so badly written and produced.
At least they're consistent. Consistency, that's key. You know what? And honestly, it's a lot. I just had this discussion with someone last night. It's the third hour. That third hour, I like filler as much as
Is
the next
it?
person.
Because the storylines that are the big main storylines that aren't really filler still aren't that good.
and it's because you're drawing shit out. They're just drawing shit out. Things don't seem as fresh because they need something to just fill up that third hour. And it really it's just like a movie. If you edit like a half hour out of it, make it a little bit tighter. You know what I'm saying? Just make it tighter. It'll flow better.
Unless you're Zack Snyder.
Unless you're Zack Snyder. I liked the Justice League one. That's a case of sometimes when I think of movies that should be edited for time and would be better, and we're going over time right now. Wonder Woman 84, that is one movie that should have been edited the shit out of, and it was not.
It was not.
But Justice League was one that I think it was definitely supposed to be like a mini series because they had chopped it up into chapters.
Mm-hmm.
That's forgivable. This is not a mini series. It's a 3-hour TV show. It's already hard enough to get through 3 hours of wrestling, just because it's just keep it going. It's episodic,
Don't
guys.
you just wish that hour would vanish?
Yes.
Tell me, is that your wish?
I remember what you're doing there for a second. No, because I don't know what you're going to take from me. It's probably my awesome action figure collection. Monkey's Paw.
100% is. All of those are coming with me. I'm taking Cruella de Vil first, and then the female gremlin. But let's go ahead and move on.
You know what? You know which action figure you're not going to get from me ever is
What?
that first edition Mattel Maryse, which segues into the return of the queen of the Divas era, Maryse Toilette Mizanin is back.
She's back. Sorry, I'm still reeling over the fact that I'm not getting that action figure because I wanted pourquoi.
When I die, you're in the will, but we all know I'll outlive you. So,
oh yes, you will.
Evil never truly dies. Starting the timer. What do we think about Maryse coming back?
I like it. I really enjoy Maryse as a counterpart to The Miz, but I feel a little gypped in one way and one way only. I really wanted, since The Miz is coming back, for Taya to be with Morrison and wind up them splitting. That's what I was hoping. But you know what? It might just be further down the road.
Completely and totally. But yeah, I would have liked that. Especially they're both blonde, they're both tan, they're both beautiful. Like look at us and our amazing girlfriends. Or Taya and John are married now, so wives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at us and our amazing wives, like that would have been great. They would have been a great tag team.
Although I do enjoy the idea of John Morrison playing second fiddle to Maryse now. That does seem kind of fun.
It's amazing. I love it. Queen Maryse is back. I've got no complaints about that whatsoever. Moving on, Joey, what do we got next on the agenda?
We've got Alexa Bliss and her new friend Lily.
Speaking of women's tag teams, I see them going for the gold.
Because they're just going to light a bitch on fire and go for the 3 count.
Yeah. So, Joey, tell the audience who may have passed out during Adnan Virk's commentary on Raw and took a micro sleep and missed out on Alexa returning. Tell us what happened.
Well, she was smiling, she was evil, and as Adnan Virk would call it, happy evil blonde.
And starting the timer, what do we think about Alexa and her new best friend, Lily?
I absolutely love this direction. Was watching Monday Night Raw until we started filming, just with the hope that I would get to see the promo. Haven't got to see it yet, but this is one of the most exciting things, honestly, for me right now, is to see Alexa Bliss kind of form into her own character. It's like when Harley Quinn broke away from the Joker storyline in DC Comics. I know it's a direct comparison, but you know what? It's what they're thinking of when they made Alexa Bliss in this character. I'm excited. I love it. Give me more.
The only way I could have seen this being done just as cool, if not better, is if it had been Liv Morgan, which was originally rumored. That would have been so, like, I could have seen Liv Morgan pulling off this whole gimmick too. I do love that. See, guys, look, there's somehow a continuation of the storyline. Like WrestleMania wasn't it for the Fiend. Look at that. They're actually continuing this. Okay, I'm sorry that the timer went off, guys. Sorry.
What's the stitch?
Hello? Yes, Zordon. No, I turned off all my notifications and it's still buzzing. So there we go. Anywho, I still got 40 seconds. But Look, fans, look, they're still like they're continuing it. They're explaining what the fuck's going on. She clearly has more power or just as much power as the Fiend. And it's curious to see who's going to join Alexa. I'm really hoping the rumors of it being Aleister Black will
I like that.
Aleister Black, and I'm hoping Nikki Cross. Like Alexa returning to her friendship with Nikki, but now she turns Nikki to her side, and we get the Twisted Sister back, which I think is what Nikki needs right now.
Yes, as I'm a complete professional and I'm just eating some chocolate on camera because I
I
can't.
mean, I did that. Did I do that 2 shows ago?
I think so.
But anyways, we transition from Alexa's Playground to the Firefly Funhouse, where a seemingly babyface Fiend goes over basically how he feels reborn, and it's very televangelist. Like I expected Tammy Faye just to pop out and be like, "Oh, praise Jesus," and we find out that the witch has always hated Alexa Bliss.
I hated that little fucking bitch. That was my favorite part of it. I can't say anything else.
Confirmed, the witch to AEW.
As I finish my chocolate. Okay, I want to state one thing because we went over how much I don't like Sister Abigail and how much I hate that fucking thing. Her name's Abby. That's Sister Abigail. That gimmick is done. Sister Abigail is not coming back. Just like how Husky Harris is Huskus the pig, and then Follow the Buzzards is the buzzard. The gimmick's dead. It got turned into a puppet. No one say Sister Abigail anymore.
So, starting the timer, what did you think of that?
Okay, yeah, 6 words I can sum it up in. I hated that little fucking bitch.
Which is so not true. You completely love Alexa Bliss. Like, come on.
I know, but freaking Abby the Witch just saying that popped me so hard. I cackled. And very few and far between do I cackle in professional wrestling.
Ramblin' Rabbit survived. He survived. He didn't get killed. So kudos to him. You know, it definitely, like anyone who's naive enough to believe that this is going to be the end of their whatever feud or storyline, like Bray's clearly pissed off. There will be some revenge. There will be some comeuppance for Alexa, and that's when I think Aleister is going to get involved. I fucking hope so.
And as RuPaul says, everybody loves puppets.
But speaking of statuesque ebony enchantresses, we move on to AEW, where we had Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet.
Wait, hold on. How did we jump all the way to there?
Because I wanted to. I'm sorry. When I was reading your text, I might have like accidentally written that ahead of time. Sorry.
Because we so skipped the main event on Monday Night Raw, which was Drew McIntyre winning the #1 contender triple threat.
I tried, audience. I really tried. I really thought Bobby Lashley was going to look here. Just start the timer. Go. Just go. Tell everyone what happened. Go.
Okay. So Drew McIntyre faced Braun Strowman and Randy Orton in a #1 contender triple threat match, and Drew McIntyre won. Yay! Same match is going to happen again, Drew versus Bobby. But what's the new thing that happened? Well, MVP came out at the very end, and we thought maybe Bobby Lashley was going to attack Drew McIntyre. No, it was Mason T-Bar, who, mind you, are still Mace and T-Bar. They didn't go to Dijakovic and Dion. Is it Dion? What was his name before? I forget.
Who cares?
Dio Madden. No, I care because I thought he was a good commentary person. But literally, why are you keeping them Mason T-Bar?
It almost like when you say Mace and T-Bar, it sounds like you're saying a new character named Mason T-Bar.
I'm Southern. Give me a break, and I'm upset by this.
You're upset. I tried to just segue over it, and you were like, no, we must revisit this. And I'm so annoyed. Another Drew and Lashley thing. Like, the fuck? Why? Oh, like, I'm hoping this gets turned into a 4-way, where Braun and Sweet circle into it. But why? Like, MVP, I know you're a fictional character, but I want to talk to you, be like, okay, so you got rid of Cedric and Shelton from the Hurt Business because they were just like, they weren't like winning or whatever. So you replace them with two people who are losing just as much, if not more, who also have no loyalty whatsoever because they turned against their leader, Mustafa. So
I
why
just figured it out. So MVP is a smart and cunning businessman. That means that he wants to help Bobby Lashley get revenge on Drew McIntyre. Why? Because Drew McIntyre still thinks he's number one, still thinks that he is the best wrestler on Monday Night Raw. I'm finishing this storyline. So he needs to figure out a way to let Bobby Lashley get his retribution on Drew McIntyre.
Was so fucking convoluted. That was such a stretch. I'm gonna have to bottom this entire podcast because of that.
Just give me the poppers first.
And for those who might complain in the comments about the beeping, I did that on purpose because I was really hoping it would just stop Joey mid-sentence because I saw where he was going. And unlike the writing team of Raw, when I see a train wreck about to happen, I try to stop it. So I try to do it for you guys, for you.
I know I'm a train wreck, Mom. Let's just talk about AEW now.
I never thought I'd say this, but thank God. Thank God we're going to go talk about AEW.
Well, you also skipped the first thing that we were going to talk about for AEW.
Well, I was in bed watching all the clips and writing down my notes. So those two were legitimately like me accidentally just skipping over it. I probably had no notes too because whatever.
Well, so this is kind of last week. We didn't talk about AEW recently for the last 2 weeks. It's been all about Mania. And now that Mania is over, we're sneaking it back into the show. Yeah. So the Young Bucks turned on Jon Moxley, sided with Omega and Don Callis. And Tommy, where are you going?
I need something to eat. So you talk to the audience, and I'm going to go get a snack real quick because I just can't right now.
What are you getting for a snack?
I'm getting some M&Ms because my sugar's low.
Oh, okay. I'm not good at being a solo act.
I know. That's why you're married.
Tommy, come back. Talk AEW with me. Tommy, come back.
I hate you so much.
We can totally skip the. Okay, so basically, Young Bucks turned heel, sided with Omega. They cut a promo on AEW.
I'm watching the timer, by the way. So it's not the timer, but our actual like recording timer. We're making good time, so we can goof off a little bit. It's fine.
I know, but still, this was
predictable. It was predictable, and I don't care about it. And I really like. It was just so.
Well, you know what we can do? We can just say that we both thought it was a bottom, and we can move on to the topic you wanted to talk about all along. Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet. Tommy, go. What'd you think?
Jade Cargill. I'm just gonna call her Jade. Jade and Red Velvet, who hails from Your Mama's Kitchen, which I loved. That was hysterical. Had a nice one-on-one match. Jade's entrance I loved. Oh, I should start the timer. Anyways, Jade won with the her modified glam slam called Jaded. Good name right there. Good. What?
Maybe.
I like it. Her name is Jade. Jaded. Like, hello. Like, at least it was a finisher that made sense. Like, she doesn't have like a weird ass name, you know?
I don't hate the name of the finisher. I just also don't like it.
Well, she doesn't do it as fluid as like Beth Phoenix or Bianca Belair do. But
I don't mind her execution of it. I'm just not sold on the name. I don't think Jaded is a great name.
Anyhow, here we go. Starting timer. Match was really well done. Really well paced, especially for like how new Jade is. Jim Ross definitely putting over on commentary how she's a natural athlete. She looked really good in this match. You know, I couldn't really see anything that I disliked about it. I actually did watch it from beginning to finish. And I love like they play into the whole her being like a live version of Storm from the X-Men. You know, a Storm's coming, and the lighting and her gear is really, really good. I love her gear. So Red Velvet, fiery, spunky, fast, and quick. Just loved her intensity, and she looked flawless. Like even getting her ass flawless. Even getting her ass beat. Makeup was on point. Face was on point. Hair looked good. I enjoyed the match. It was really good. It wasn't anything like Bianca Sasha level, but it was a good match.
No, it was not Bianca Sasha level. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. But it's a solid little match. Solid little match. That was it. That's all I really got. I like both of them. I think Red Velvet has a lot of charisma. I think Jade has a lot of presence. I don't think that they kind of pick up where the other lacks. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it was such a decent little match.
Mm-hmm. And also, the one note I did have that was huge. The top rope moonsault from Red Velvet looked like she just bashed her face right on Jade when she landed and Jade rolled out of the way. It was like, ow. Like, fuck. It looked like she hit her face right on Jade. So, hopefully she's okay.
That's all I got.
All right, what's next? I want to make sure I didn't mess up my own fucking notes here. Now I remember why I didn't write anything about the why I skipped over the Drew match, as well as the Young Bucks teaming up with Dawn and Omega. No, I watched them. I didn't write any notes because I was like, this is fucking no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, next thing we're going to talk about is Chris Jericho versus Dax Hardwood. I can't call him anything other than Dax Hardwood because that's all I think about whenever I hear it. Just like your name kind of sounds like an off-brand Randy Blue model, and I love it. I adore it. And Mike Tyson was the special guest enforcer for the match. Why does wrestling keep trying to make Mike Tyson a thing?
What was he wearing?
I don't know.
A white shirt, some salmon peach colored board shorts, and banana boat shoes. What kind of 60th anniversary of the Ken doll anniversary doll line is he fucking wearing? I don't care. Iron Mike, I know you live here in Vegas. You knock on this door. You can pummel me as much as you want, but you need a gay friend to tell you not to wear that to a wrestling show.
No, he just found, he was wearing what every older guy wears in Florida. That's just the garb. Like, once you get there, they put you in banana boats, some nice little colored shorts, and a shirt.
I have not seen Tully Blanchard come out in that shit. Thank you very much. No. Arn Anderson? No.
Because Tully Blanchard's actually a robot.
Yeah, the match was Jericho picks up the win with the Judas effect. We only got 40 seconds left to talk about this. It was a good little match. It saw what you expected from this, the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle coming to blows. Aubrey Edwards couldn't really keep control of everything. Some nice false finishes there. Dax did really well. Cash Wheeler took the punch from Mike Tyson on the outside and now shares something in common with Mike Tyson's ex-girlfriend. So, anywho.
Wow! I was going to make a cute joke like the Pinnacle can go play Pinnacle with Old Man Tyson, and you went to just, moving on.
Tommy went to Cunt Town, population 1. If you see on the Vegas news that I was murdered by someone and no one has any leads or suspects, I was probably killed by Mike Tyson. Just saying. Moving
Thinking of almost dying. Let's move on to the TNT Oh wait, what are you stopping me for?
I'm just gonna say this. I am not making fun of the fact that a woman was hit by her significant other. I'm making fun of the fact that people seem to just gloss over the fact that Mike Tyson's like an abuser.
Okay, that's valid because
we do
that.
Yeah, just letting you guys know that I'm not making fun of that. I'm making fun of the fact that it's forgotten about. Okay, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah, let's fix that, America. But moving on, Darby Allin versus Matt Hardy, beating the hell out of each other for the TNT Championship.
And beating the hell out of my patience. Moving on.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I I liked the end.
I liked the dive at the end. I thought that was cool.
I will say this: it had nothing to do with Hardy, and it had nothing to do with Darby. Does that make sense? There's the things I didn't like about this match. I'll start the timer right now. Things I didn't like about this match were things that just like had nothing to do with the actual competitors. Right. But like, how many faction fights are we gonna have to see before? It's just becoming old trick now at this point. When we were focused on just those two, I liked it.
But yeah, okay, I can see where it is. I get the whole faction thing because everything does lead to a big brawl in AEW. Yeah, that trope does get a bit tired. I guess you just kind of trade. I don't mind that trope as much as I mind WWE's trope of everything ends with some sort of disqualification or count out.
Yeah. They both have their own things that they rely on, you know?
Right.
Like WWE doesn't have enough tag teams or factions, and AEW seems to have way too many. So
that's valid. I didn't hate this match. I thought it was fun, and then Darby Allin retains his title.
Yeah, coffin drop from the trellis, which was it didn't seem that high up. I mean, I don't know if it was just a camera angle. It didn't seem high up.
I mean, it was high enough that I was like, "Oh God!"
It was high enough for me to go, "I'm not doing that."
Yep, exactly.
But
exactly. It's like, good for you. I hope you enjoyed it.
I wish it had been more of a wider camera angle and further back. Also, I wish like Hardy would like go back to wearing tights again, because like he wears the long pants, but I thought he looked really cool when he had tights. And if you're gonna like change up your look a little bit, you're in a new company with a new thing, you know?
Yeah, do it big, do it. I support that.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and move on to NXT. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the debut of Miss Frankie Monet.
I'll start. Timer on. Frankie Monet comes out to cut off the celebratory speech of Raquel Gonzalez as our new NXT Women's Champion. Good to see that Dakota Kai didn't turn against Raquel, because usually these are always setups for that, you know?
In fact, she built her up.
They did. I know. So, good. They're not going to like break them up or anything, which I would be okay with the feud, but I'm glad that they didn't go with the obvious route. Frankie, not now. Yeah. Frankie Monet comes out. I actually could see like Raquel really getting behind her as a babyface. She seems really likable even as a bitch, which is weird. Frankie Monet comes out, and I just wish we could go back to like the diva single names. Like I love like Lana, Naomi, Carmella, you know? She didn't need Frankie Monet, like just Monet, because that's so unique and so like diva-like, and I love her promo. I love her dog. I loved her get-up. She looked very like Gwen Stefani-like, which I liked, and she just sounds very natural on the mic, so it was really good. You?
She's such a good promo. I agree. I wouldn't mind hearing her just called Monet. I think that kind of reads a bit more. I like Frankie. If I'm had to put a cute name to it, I like Frankie. I think that works. Also, just that ending line of "I'm gonna shove that puppy up your culo." That was.
Okay. I wish she had said, "I'm gonna take that cute poochie," which is what she said, and I'm like, "Please say it," and she didn't say it. I would have been like, "I'm gonna take that cute poochie and stick it up your coochie." That was my only thing that I wish they had changed.
Oh my goodness, please. I would absolutely have loved that.
But I honestly think it would have turned Raquel face.
I mean, it kind of did. Raquel looked face, and then following it with that triple champion salute with Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, which was stunning. I loved that. Yeah, they pretty much did cement her as a face on NXT.
I know. That's why I was kind of like, okay, cool.
I don't hate it because you've got some really solid heels, you know, because if you look at the obvious contenders, you got Frankie Monet, you've got Candice LeRae. Those are your two big ones that would be coming up next. But let's go ahead and move on. Speaking of tag teams, with Candice being in a tag team, that's how I'm going to go ahead and segue that.
I was going to segue for you, but I was like, maybe I have my notes wrong again, and I didn't want to get called out.
Much like the writing team on Raw, I somehow made it work.
Do they though? Do they?
I guess so. They're still on television. But we saw the NXT Tag Team Championships decided it was MSK defending against Drake Maverick and Killian Dane. I liked this just because it got to showcase Drake Maverick a bit more since he was in there with two smaller guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's not every day that Drake Maverick gets to like wrestle people who are his size, or maybe smaller than him. So this was really good. I got like no notes. It was a good little tag match. Helped put over the tag champs without really making the challengers look weak at all.
Well, that's what a good, solid face versus face match should do. It shouldn't bury anyone. It should just be fun.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Which I still am preaching this to the internet. Just because you lose a match does not mean you are getting buried.
I hate that. I hate that trope. I hate that misconception. People, God. It's like people who say, I'm being censored, yet are still talking on the internet. Really?
Exactly. Same old thing. Well, any notes that you have on this, or are you ready to move on?
Ready to move on.
Mercedes Martinez versus Jessie Kamea was fun.
We got it. Wait, stop. Before I start the timer, we go backstage where Robert Stone, I fucking love Robert Stone. So good. So good. Wearing his bedazzled Michael Jackson looking gloves, is going to William Regal's office with Aaliyah, who it's so interesting. Like on TV shows, you see like the little kids and they grow up and then the show ends and they're like an adult now and you feel like you watched them grow up. I feel like that with Aaliyah in NXT. We watched her be like this young little thing come in and she's grown up into like a woman, like kind of right in front of us and like matured as a wrestler. And she just looks so good. But they're going to William Regal's office to get them NXT Women's Tag Team title shots. And Mercedes Martinez walks up and she wants to know where the rest of her fucking money is. Like, bitch better have my money. And Robert Stone's acting ability, his face when he sees her is so good. And then she chokes out Aaliyah against the wall. And that segment had no business being as funny as it was.
Aaliyah's selling was absolutely
with the pigtails and everything. I was like, this bitch is ready for the main roster.
So
Call them up.
Instantly, all I was thinking, well, then we got to see Mercedes Martinez get Robert Stone after the Jessica Maya match and actually shake him down with Aaliyah screaming in the background. All I thought was
banging on the glass behind the barricade. No, I was this whole trio. I love. I'm not a big fan of the cow print on Jessie Cameo. I mean, it's different.
Cameo, is that what you just said?
Yes. WWE just did a partnership with Cameo, so maybe they're going to change the name to that. I'm just going to call her Jessica Cameo. I can never say her name right. I'm sorry. Kamea. Thank you, Jessica. There, diva name, one name, Jessica. Jessie. Anywho, the match was a solid. I liked her little springboard flipping elbow drop thing off the rope.
That was about it. All I liked from her. I thought she showed some great intensity, but this still seemed very new. It was just all I was focused on was Mercedes and Robert Stone because I was just like Family Guy, Stewie Bryan. Where's the money? Where's the money?
The match was inoffensive. There wasn't anything that I was like, this is horrible. Why are we watching this? It was clearly just storyline driven. But Jessie looked good. Mercedes always looks good. And just at the end when she gets the money from Robert Stone and then she counts it, which was like, smart girl. Thank God. That little character thing. Just count the money, bitch. And then she yelled at the commentators so that Raquel would hear over the headset that she's coming for her. And I will say this, Aaliyah was the star of the segment of all that stuff. Robert Stone, a close second. But Beth Phoenix's commentary, I have it written here. He spent all that money on bedazzling gardening gloves. And then Wade Barrett defending Robert Stone saying, those are $25,000 each, Beth. Show some respect. And she was like, can I see a receipt? Like, I fucking died. So I've always loved Wade Barrett and I've always loved Beth. And that was great.
They're great with each other. But speaking of some jewels, let's move on to some gold. It's the Cruiserweight Championship.
So good.
Yeah. Kushida is your brand new Cruiserweight champion, dethroning Santos Escobar in probably, honestly, my match of the night.
Oh, I mean, Kushida. His name's in there, so it is match of the night. It's Kushida.
I mean, the main event was probably my favorite segment of the show, but that whole match felt like a segment and less like a match to me. But this was like straight up wrestling, and I enjoyed every single second of it.
Again, just because you lose a match does not mean you're buried. He lost to Pete Dunne at Stand and Deliver, and then boom, wins the NXT Cruiserweight title. It's that kind of cool unpredictability, that's nice, that keeps you tuning in to watch.
It's also the well-driven character work of NXT to where every single person, regardless of what their win-loss record is, feels like a credible threat and feels like they're on the same level as almost everyone else who's in the title picture, which is something you don't get from really many other wrestling promotions.
Agreed. But Kushida's the champ, and I'm actually surprised that he won it this soon after that not brilliant, because we were like, it was fun, but it wasn't anything new. That really good ladder match that Escobar had. It was interesting to see him like drop it right after. It's like, wow, okay. But
he also had it for forever, so it did work in that sense.
Exactly, but I'm great on Kushida. I'm so excited for him.
So excited for him, but I'm also more excited for Indy Hartwell, because let's move on to the main event, which was the 8-person mixed tag. The Way taking on Shotzi Blackheart, Ember Moon, Bronson Reed, and Dexter Lumis. Yo, this was fun. This was character work at its best in professional wrestling.
Just like you cackled for, I always hated that little bitch, or that fucking bitch with the Firefly Funhouse. I cackled, bounced in my seat, and was clapping for everything Indy Hartwell was doing with the Dexter Lumis thing. That completely overshadowed everything physical.
I love that. And then, you know who also made that storyline so well? Candice LeRae.
Oh yeah, Candice with the physical comedy of being that little dog in the big dog fight.
Mm-hmm.
And
that and keeping Indy away from Dexter throughout the match.
So for those who didn't watch, you're doing yourself a disservice. Basically, Johnny Gargano was taken out by Dexter Lumis. He was being locked into the silence, and Indy goes to break it up, but she can't bring herself to hit Dexter, so she faints. And you're like, what the fuck's going on? Because it's kind of like an Eddie Guerrero faint. And he looks over, and then he goes to like see what's wrong with her and like wake her up. And then as he's moving her, he lifts her head and she does this. She goes, almost like she's ready for some CPR or like the Snow White enchanted kiss. And then
Princess Fiona in track.
Austin Theory breaks it up. And Indy is so pissed off. She throws Austin over the top rope and then goes back to the outside to the ring skirt, faints again. Dexter turns around, picks her up, and carries her to the back. And Wade Barrett just screams, "He's kidnapping Indy Hartwell!"
As she does the good old thumbs up, I'm okay, and I'm happy about it face. Yay.
She wins the internet. She's my MVP of the week. She gets what I'm introducing this episode, the Eddie Kingston Award.
Yay.
He is our player, my player of the week, the Eddie Kingston Award. And we named it after Eddie. I named it after Eddie Kingston because Eddie Kingston tried to save that death match explosion, and he deserves all the praise in the world for that. So thank you, Indy Hartwell, for your service. But the match was amazing. Otherwise, too,
everything was great. Like, there was not a bad part of this match. I loved absolutely every second of it. And you know what? This is just shows how good and how well they're teaching character. Hopefully, this can transition up to Raw and SmackDown. Maybe give it 2 or 3 years. Hopefully, we'll see something new out of it. But as for right now, you know what? NXT's where it's at. Still is, has been for years.
And kudos to Ember Moon. That colossal eclipse off of Bronson Reed was fucking dope.
Colossal eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I didn't come up with that. That was Beth Phoenix on commentary. So
she is wonderful. We stand Beth Phoenix. Speaking of good stands on commentary, let's go ahead and transition over to SmackDown because we also got a new commentator on SmackDown. It was Pat McAfee. I love him. I think he's great. He's a natural.
I would let him do any yeah. I'm like, oh, he attractive. He can get it. But also I was like, he's really good on commentary.
I mean, remember his promos from NXT? That man can talk. He's good at it.
You know, some things get lost in translation from NXT to WWE, so I was kind of like just waiting to see what happened. And he was so good, and you can tell Michael Cole's so irritated. Like, just the way Michael Cole. What was it? It was during the Shayna Baszler Natalya match. I'm gonna bring it up here instead of when we get to that. He mentions that Shayna Baszler says that she likes to make her victims like snap, crackle, snap, tapper, pop, whatever. Like, it was a play on the Rice Krispies thing. And then he goes, "She did say that. Yes, she did say that." And then Michael Cole is like not responding. And then he goes, "Yeah, I get it, Pat." And I was just like, Michael, like, this is your broadcast partner. Like, play into it, dick. You know, like,
maybe that is playing into it, though. You never know, because I can eat that up. You're doing it right now.
Yeah, but you're also high, so that's why I sometimes just go, he's probably not paying attention. So anyhow, but yeah, he was great. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a breath of fresh air.
I enjoyed all of it. I love Pat McAfee, but honestly, when you're comparing it to Mr. Rogers on Monday Night Raw, is there really competition? So yeah. Let's talk about my new favorite thing, which is Cesaro challenging Roman Reigns. I love it. I love that Cesaro's getting pushed.
And they've been and that's what was so funny is during this whole thing with like facing Daniel Bryan and having good matches on SmackDown, and then his thing with Seth Rollins, everyone's like, push this man. I'm like, what the fuck do you think that they're doing, you idiots? Like, he's having these good matches. He's going to beat Seth Rollins at Mania. They're clearly like stacking the deck so he looks like the credible person to step up to Reigns. Guys, they are building him up. Shut the fuck up, you know? And this is great. This is so good.
I love him. He's one of those people that can just get over on how good he is in the ring. And that's a gem. There's very few people who can do that. And he does. Cesaro is otherworldly strong. Like, he's terrifyingly strong. And this is just going to be so good. Paul Heyman, even on that little promo, built him up like $1 million freaking dollars. And this is looking great for Cesaro.
Well, because Paul Heyman knows what he's doing. And here's the thing. It's like, I know I was like disappointed when Edge and Daniel Bryan did not defeat Roman at Mania, but if it's going to lead to Cesaro being the one who defeats Roman, I'm completely okay with that. So
100%. Well, let's move on from that and talk about the Bianca Championship celebration, which, talk about your wholesome content for the week. Like, oh my God. That was heartwarming.
All celebrations tend to end in acrimony. Like, there's always like an attack, a heel turn, et cetera, an interruption. We didn't get that. Bianca did the obvious, which was, you know, basically lifting herself up as well as lifting up others and dedicating like her match to everyone who like looked for the EST in you. And then, especially to like the little girls who saw themselves in Bianca. So that's amazing. But I like how when she told her men, like, yo, go focus on those tag team titles because we only wear gold in this house. And I was like, I love it.
You know, the best thing about her is just the promo. She didn't say anything revolutionary. She didn't say anything that we've never heard before. She didn't reinvent the wheel. But the way she delivers things is so good. And she's just got this natural charisma about her where whatever she says, I eat it up with a spoon. I'm licking that spoon. She's just so good. She's perfection.
Sasha Banks still playing the diva role and trying to act like she's angry. And I was like, okay, so clearly this is not over yet. But you need to head over to Talking Smack and you need to watch that with Bianca, where she basically says she's beaten Bailey, she's beaten Sasha, and now she wants to beat the rest of the horsewomen. And I'm here for that because she wants to be the face of the new generation. Basically, Paul Heyman putting over Bianca on Talking Smack. You need to go watch that. Everyone needs to go watch that. He basically, Caleb Braxton goes, "Oh, he's been really patient and quiet over here. He clearly has something to say." And he goes, "It's not patience. It's respect and admiration." And puts her over like $1 million fucking bucks.
Because she is. She literally is $1 million freaking dollars.
She is. Paul Heyman said that you're good, kid. Like, you could not book me for the rest of my life. And I would be like, that's fine. Paul Heyman thinks I'm great. So fuck you guys, you know? Go watch that Talking Smack promo. It was really good. In fact, you should always watch Talking Raw, Talking Smack, all those, because they always have people on and you get to see that people know how to talk and people have some character. And it's just it's a good little thing to expand upon things.
I will do my best. I just don't know if I have enough time in the entire day.
Oh, I was just talking to everyone else in general. Like, it's just kind of, you know, and she even said that Bianca wants Sasha to have her rematch as soon as possible because she wants to prove it was no fluke. So I'm like, there we go. That's good.
And I love all of it. And also, can we talk about that welt that's still there from Mania on Sasha Banks and is intense?
It is intense. It is so good. It's awesome.
I love it. When they focused on it and then kind of gave that little interview segment, I was like, this is like showing the crack in the armor in like a Star Wars or a superhero movie.
Too bad it wasn't like more prominent. Clearly, it looks like it's gonna heal up in the next week or so and be gone. But if it was like more prominent, like an actual scar, like I could see Sasha Banks be bougie enough to like bedazzle around it and like just put it on display.
Put it on display until the boogeyman bites it off. Well, let's move on to the next women's segment that we have on the list, which was Natty versus Shayna.
Hold on, I gotta start the timer. It was a good little match, but that's clearly all it was just a little bit of a filler match to expand upon what I think is going to be not Tamina winning the tag titles.
Do you think they are, or is it going to be Mandy and Dana on Raw? Because now they've booked themselves into a place where you have two credible contenders on each show.
Well, that's what I love. It could be anyone. It could be literally anyone. Isn't this what we're talking about? Like NXT has everyone looking like they could be credible people to win the belts or win a match. I'm okay with either team. I think Blonde and Bitchin', Guns N' Roses, Team and Team
Mandana.
We got too many fucking names for them. Barbie Patrol. I really think they do deserve those belts. But like, who knows when the crowd's not going to be behind Tamina? We've worked so long to see Tamina get her shine. Move her a little bit. Yeah, this whole match was built to make Tamina look badass. Like, you know, she
has been.
Yeah, you know, she was the valet. She like stepped up to fucking Nia, and Nia actually did look a little intimidated by her. So it's just kind of like, okay, I'm digging it. And the jacket looked good on her too. Like,
Tamina's new gear is on point.
Yeah. Although, like, I could live without the corset piece because it makes Tamina look thicker than she really is because she's got a good build. Like, I'm not a fan of adding stuff that makes you look bulkier. Girl, flaunt it. You don't need to wear that shit. Like, you look good. Like, but yeah, I'm excited for Tamina. So
I am 100% excited as well. And since we're going to go ahead and move on, let's talk about Cesaro versus Jey Uso, the main event of SmackDown. Come on. The two that are fighting, did you not know it was going to be good?
I mean, when you say Cesaro, it's like Kushida. Oh, good match. Amazing match. Do I have to watch it?
Cesaro versus Kushida.
Shut up. Don't. I can only get so erect. Okay.
Oh my God, please.
Kushida versus Cesaro with Dexter Lumis at ringside and Pat McAfee doing commentary, I'm erect. I'm so hard that blood's coming out of my penis.
Oh,
yeah.
Stop. Go to the hospital. Call a doctor.
No,
No.
no, just let it flow, let it run its course. But yeah, Cesaro versus Kushida would be great, but Cesaro versus Jey Uso, dude just fucking has come into his own so well. I love it.
I love it, but okay. So very end, we saw Seth Rollins attack Cesaro, and I know a lot of people were like, we're just gonna get another match between them. We're ready to see him versus Roman." This is an organic way that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are gonna have to interact again, and I'm excited for that.
Again, multiple people now in the title picture because Edge isn't just gonna go away. Daniel Bryan isn't just gonna go away. Seth is now creeping in because Cesaro is involved. Jey Uso is eventually going to get tired of playing second fiddle, and he's already going to get legitimized through working with Roman Reigns like this. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, Roman, I'm a fiddle player too, and I'll bet a fiddle of gold against your soul. I'll take that title from you.
There you go.
You still rising up your bow and play your fiddle hard.
Okay. Right, there you're done. You're welcome, audience. But like now you have like all these contenders. You know, so that's great. That's what you want. You want variety.
You want variety, and I thought it was a great way to end SmackDown. SmackDown was a nice little show. It was a good way to introduce new storylines post Mania without really overdoing it, like I think Raw did.
Yeah. Raw also had the unenviable position of being the first show back right after Mania. And so it die down a little bit. I mean, you have to remember in years past, it always was the draft would happen like the week right after Mania. So
Raw after Mania was like its own event. Like, oh, you can't wait until what happens at Raw after Mania. They were hyping it like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just kind of like, okay, I honestly expected a lot more debuts. Like I expected some call-ups from NXT, which I'm kind of glad that they're kind of like saving that. They knew we were expecting it, so they're gonna wait a little bit before they start pulling some people, I think, up to the rosters.
Agreed. Well, let's go ahead and move on to top and bottom moments of the week because we are approaching on our time limit. We're doing real good on time this week.
Really good. We didn't. So we didn't mention tops and bottoms for each show. Like,
okay, well,
Raw was a verse for me.
Raw's a bottom for me. I'm just give me something.
Yeah, gotcha. NXT always a top.
NXT's always a top. AEW was a top for me. I enjoyed it.
AEW was a top.
SmackDown was also a top for me.
SmackDown's a top. Raw seems to be the only one that's kind of the clunker.
I think it's also Raw's so bad, it's hard for me to hate the other programs.
I mean, yeah, no, I've got enough hate in my heart for everything.
This is why I love you, Tommy.
What was your bottom moment of the week?
Bottom moment of the week. There was a couple clunky things, but I will have to say that Mason T-Bar attack solely for the fact that they kept them Mason T-Bar. They shouldn't be Mason T-Bar anymore. It's like when they tried to work the Ascension out of the burial that they gave the Ascension as they called them up. And they were like, kept them the same character, but tried to push them. I'm like, you can't do that. No.
For me would be the, you know what? I'm hoping Adnan gets better. I'm going to leave him alone for right now. I'm going to leave him alone. I'm hoping he was just trying to be calm.
You're going to say, I watched some of Monday Night Raw already. Nope, he's still the same.
God, it reminds me of like Adam Lay. Remember that era?
Naughty, give me Adam Lay in a heartbeat. I will take it over. Oh my goodness.
Jeff Harvey. It's Jeff Harvey.
I'll take that over. Oh my goodness. I've never heard a commentator put no emotion into their voice ever.
Okay, so what was my bottom moment? There were a couple of clunkers, but nothing that was like seriously grievous for me. I will say probably just I guess just the whole the young bucks thing. I was just I was like, I really, why like, yeah, for me that's the bottom of the week.
Top moment then.
Top moment, there was a lot of good stuff. Metis aside, having her on my screen is always, I love. I will say my top moment is probably, oh God, it's right up there. They're both NXT. Indy Hartwell, I think you're gonna say Indy Hartwell, right?
Yeah, she was there. What's your other NXT moment? Because my other top two are both NXT.
Robert Stone and Aaliyah.
Robert Stone and Aaliyah.
So you'll say them. I'll say Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis. That was so hard. I was so entertained by that.
So entertained, and I love stuff like that. Also, shout out runner up to me with the Alexa Bliss promo.
Oh yeah, and as well as the Charlotte promo. At least the first 2 minutes.
That wasn't top moment of the week contender for me, but
for me, because I like leaning in and kind of like breaking that fourth wall and just being like, fuck you, fuck this person, fuck that.
Break the walls down!
But yeah, Lily coming to life with that little animation and trying to bite the camera.
I forgot about that. It reminded me of the little Quiznos monster.
Oh, thank you. I was like, why does this creature look so familiar to me?
We love these subs because they are good to us.
So, yeah. What was your top show of the week?
NXT.
Yep. Solid NXT. I think AEW and SmackDown were kind of on par with each other.
Pretty first, and then Raw is pretty bottom. And that's kind of how it stayed consistently.
And then who's your Eddie Kingston winner for top player of this week? For me, it's Indy Hartwell.
Alexa Bliss, because she tried to save all of Monday Night Raw.
And there you have it. We now have the Eddie Kingston Award and a timer, and showing you that we're constantly improving our product.
Improving? All right, so Tommy, where can the people find you across the social media platforms?
And you can find me on Instagram at _man_diva. You can find me on Twitter at rare_forum, RAWR_forum. You can purchase my merchandise at storefrontier.com/merchandise, PURR-chandise, and on Facebook at www.facebook.com/officiallyperfect, PURR.
And you can find me at Joey_Mayberry on Instagram and Twitter, Joey.Mayberry on TikTok. Also, check out Ring the Bell right here on YouTube, where I host Ring the Bell live each and every Saturday. Also, if you like our show, please subscribe and send us money. We're still doing this for free. You're lucky that we love each other. Also, we would really, really like it if you would go ahead, subscribe to us on YouTube, and also hit that like button, thumbs us up, and hit that subscribe one more time in case you forgot to do it earlier, so that you are subscribed to this channel, because Lord knows we need all of your support. We need
book us on your shows. Book us on your shows. And more importantly, I like to throw this out there to anyone, because we are starting to get more and more people watching, which I told you the YouTube would be a good idea, not just the podcast. You're welcome. If you guys would like us to top and bottom your complete show, send us links. Of course, we will be 10 times nicer to our fellow indie sisters and brothers out there.
That's you.
Shh. Just because I said 10 times nicer doesn't mean it's going to be nice. Like, it'll be nicer than what we do to Raw.
We're bitches.
But if you would like us to top and bottom maybe your show, or an indie show that you were on or helped produce, or just like, I don't know, like fan critiques from people who have taken a couple bumps in the past, let us know.
In your club bathroom.
Not me. Thank you very much.
Not me either. It's a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. You are from the South. And anyways, on that on that note, guys, we're going to sign off for today. And thank you for putting up with us. And we will see you again real soon.
Goodbye, everyone. We love you.
I tolerate some of you.